Poor Mistress. This is a bit of a warehouse at the moment, but not so bad. I have yet to paint this side of the boat, this side being the port side, but starboard side's been pretty much all done. These all need to be repaired, and this is what we're busy doing at the moment. Removing all the deck hardware. There are the winches. Removing everything off the top, and then she'll get a nice coat of paint and she'll go straight to sail. I do wish I had blocked these holes up, because I see there's some water that has obviously come inside, but not too much. And her little batteries are full. She has this tiny little charge controller and a small little panel up front. Let me see if I can show you. And that is sufficient to keep her fully charged. And I use that for bilge pumps and so forth. And I would like to get a little radio working in here. We've got some nice speakers over there on either side. One there and one there. She has this little borrowed jib. It's a beautiful Genoa here. And I've got the main on the other boat. We need to do a little bit of work on the boom, which is this beautiful orange piece of kit. Just got a fire hydrant. Got some faux teak, which we're going to put outside over here and over there. Give us a very neat looking boat. And then she'll be ready to rock and roll. So one of my concerns is just how bad the transom and rudder mount looks. So I'm giving it a good sand, beautify it a little bit. I've got to fix a lot of cracks and holes. And I'm hoping that it will look better, that anything will look better. I think if I do anything, it'll be better. So I'm going to start on that before I do anything else. Alright, so now I come along and I sand it a little bit, make sure that it's nice and clean before I start painting. I will mask all of this off and then begin the paint job. I don't mind if the masking isn't great or if some paint ends up on the non-skid, because I am going to do that again anyway. I want to make sure to get all of the weird little marks that have built up over time. These boats sit outdoors and they get pretty grim looking after a while. This will be the last time I do anything on Mistress. I think by the time she's ready and looking fairly good, I'll set her up for sale. Next up, I'll do a quick wipe and clean, initially just with a bit of water, and I'll rinse out the cloth and do this a few times. Then I'll come back over it with a bit of acetone, make sure that I've gotten all the areas that I need to. I might sand a little bit again if I find anything or feel anything as I'm going along my way on my fingers, any ridges or anything that doesn't look great. And then we're ready for paint. Right, now with the area dutifully marked off, I'm going to start painting all of the edges. I like to do all of the edges first before I come in with a roller to do the larger surfaces. Make sure I get enough coats on here. This is where the water builds up all the time. Obviously condensation and humidity, and it falls down the walls and hits these little side areas, falls into the middle, and then should usually run out the back. But since I've removed the rudder and a transom board at the back, she sort of lists a bit forward now because the anchor is up front in the chain locker, and so her balance is wrong. So water's been pooling up here. So I want to make sure that these edges are properly done. I don't want to come back and do them again. So this is the first but also final coat, and probably a fairly thick coat at that. So we are just about ready to start working on the top sides. We'll probably get going shortly. And it's applying really well, so I'm surprised at how well it's all going. So now finally I can get to the seating area and the entrance area and the companionway area and put the first coat of paint on there. I've been itching to do this for, well, since I've had the boat really, so about 4 years. I still want to do the inside, like I mentioned earlier, but I want to get the outside of the boat done and dusted. I don't want to have to do any more outside. I want to get all of the deck hardware back on, and I want to be able to take her for a sail soon and then put her up for sail. I'll do the interior in the coming weeks. It just needs a tidy up, a bit of a vacuuming and a wash, and finish off the painting, and I think she'll look great and she'll make someone a very nice beginner boat. She was a great fun toy for me to play with. I'm actually going to miss her, but somebody rescued her. That was me. She would have been at the bottom of the ocean somewhere or cut up for scrap, so I'm definitely going to sell her, and she'll be way better off than she was. Right, so now back to the transom and rudder mount. So it's been sanded. I've filled a few holes. I'm going to fill a bit more now, and it will eventually get a nice coat of white paint, just so that it lasts a bit longer. But there's really not much I can do except to make a new one. In terms of beautification though, I think it's good enough. It'll hold the rudder, it'll look better than it did, and I think that's good enough. And while I'm final sanding this, thank you so much for joining. I'll add some more stuff in the next Mistress video. I've started doing quite a bit of work on there, and I've got old footage to go through. Thank you for watching though, this little bonus video, and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye!